sacrificing what isn't working in devotion to where you're going, right? To the truth that's unfolding. And I use the word sacrifice because I feel like we do have to sacrifice, because if it was easy to put it down and to stop, you would have done it ages ago. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, my loves. Welcome. So good to be with you, beautiful souls. Vanessa is here today. She is really looking for what Spirit wants her to know about her path forward. She has recently gone through a lot of changes in her life and feels that the person she used to be is no longer around, and she's having challenges fitting into her life because she's so different. And when we dive in together, we see how an old childhood memory around shame and being alone really are still pulling at her underneath the surface today. And they're keeping her from moving forward the way that she wants to, and that her soul is calling her to. So we go on a journey into her memories, and we connect with this 6-year-old version of her and find out how she is still trying to keep Vanessa safe, and how Vanessa can relate with her in order to make changes in her current day life. Because essentially, yes, we are grown-up adults, yet so often it's the younger little parts inside us that are really calling the shots. They're the ones that are pulling the strings and working the lights and creating the theater or the drama that is our existence. And when we can connect with them and bring them back to center, to safety, to wholeness, then we can make new choices. We can move in a different direction in the external world and create a different reality, right? As we heal the fabric that gets severed in our younger years, we have more capacity to stay centered, to stay grounded, to be less reactive and activated, but rather we have this place inside us that we know is home, that is put together in a way that we can be resourced from our truth and our authenticity rather than from our wounding and from the parts of ourselves that are fragmented. So as you're listening to this call, it could be helpful for you to think about, where is your younger child asking for love and attention? Where do they need you to support them? Where do they need for you to remind them that they are not alone in this big, wild, and crazy world, that they always have you, and they always have themselves. And this is the place where true freedom lies, when you remember that you are not separate and that you are not alone. Before we dive into this beautiful and vulnerable reading, I'd love to remind you of our free gift, Ignite Your Intuition. You know, a passion of mine is really helping you connect more deeply with the parts of yourself. And Ignite Your Intuition engages you in practices that really help you uncover these parts that are running the show. It helps show you what you're tolerating, what beliefs lie behind your actions, and what stories are keeping you from being able to trust and really be connected deeply with this intuitive knowing part inside of you that is trying to get your attention. And yet so many of us keep turning away from it and negating, right, our own experience and our own wisdom and our own authenticity, our expertise that only comes from the life that we have lived. It is not connected to knowledge that we learned in a book. It's connected to the actual real living of your life. And I endeavor to connect you with that part for you to really see what is the truth that lies behind the facade and the illusion that so many of us are caught in. So, beautiful souls, enjoy this reading. Also, as the show is reaching its 4-year mark, we are really committed to having it touch more people's lives. People just like you that need a little more support, need some direction, need a place to anchor themselves. And so in an effort to do this, we are looking for ratings and reviews because this is one of the main ways that shows can grow. And so we are reaching out to you, our devoted listeners, to help us with this project. So what we are doing is hosting a giveaway, and the prizes are free intuitive readings with me, held privately. So similar to the podcast, yet you get alone time with me to process, to receive guidance, understanding, work through your challenges, not recorded, not on air. Doing these mini readings is one of my favorite things that I do, and I would love to offer this space to you. So to enter for the giveaway, and we're giving away 2 free calls to 2 different winners. And as a third prize, we are offering you the choice of our Intuitive Soul Awakening self-study course or the Activate the Intuitive Language of Your Soul self-study course. So lots of ways to win. And to enter, all you need to do is rate and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or both if you really want to show us the love. And if you can give us a heartfelt testimonial about what the show has meant to you and leave us a 5-star review, then take a quick screenshot of your review and upload it to our Google form, which you will find in the show notes. And the giveaway will run for a little over 2 weeks, starting today through February 16th. Thank you so much for your support and for helping the show to reach more listeners so we can touch more people's lives and really go deep on this journey together. We appreciate you. Hi, Vanessa. Welcome to the podcast. How can I help you today?
Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm just in a very transformative space at the moment. Like, I actually don't even know who I am at the moment. Feeling into lately, I was realizing, the last 2 years, I actually put a mask on, like a cape, something that protects me, something that didn't feel authentic. And I have this desire at the moment, and it just happens naturally. It doesn't feel right anymore. And something wants to return to myself. I want to just be my authentic self again, but I don't even know who I am anymore. So I guess I'm here just to ask for some insights of like, what do I need to know? Like some kind of guidance, something that comes through just to support me on my journey, what comes next, I guess.
Thank you. Just going to feel into that for a sec, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you're taking me to your second chakra, and there's this image of a pool and kids playing in the pool, and like you're jumping and you're splashing in the pool, and a lot of that kid screaming laughter kind of fun noise. And there's you today, like grown up you as well at this pool, like watching younger you jump in and out. And you're in a floaty, like just kind of lying there observing. But the way you present in that image is like poised, as if like you really would love to be that little girl still jumping off the side of the pool, but there's a belief, a story about how you need to sit there kind of posing like you've got on this really beautiful bathing suit and your hair's really fixed and pretty, and it's like you're frozen almost, like you can't move because this belief about who you need to be is like holding you prisoner. And then there you are watching this carefree girl. Her hair's wild. She's splashing. She's like laughing and so little kid like she's so cute. And it's like there's this big disconnect between the two. So as I share that with you, what wisdom do you know? What do you understand about that in you?
It resonates so much. I actually had this experience now in the pool, and I was a wild little girl, always running naked, preferably, and just like not caring about what others think. And really, I can really sense, and it's absolutely the opposite of what I'm feeling. It started when I was a teenager, and then until now, that I feel so occupied of how I need to appear to others or how I need to act. And it's absolutely true. And sometimes when I see kids like that, like I can say often, like, I would love to be just carefree like this again. Or sometimes I'm even getting annoyed or angry when I have young adults around me who just think, wow, you know, that life is a playground. Then I just play it without caring. And then I'm getting angry sometimes, you know, like, or maybe envious even, you know. And it absolutely resonates what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you remember when it changed for you? Often there is a moment, right? A memory.
Mm. I think it started early school years, you know, when I needed to perform. I think it started there, like the pressure. I was very alone with having to keep up with school because I didn't have a lot of support of family or my mother.
You know, you mentioned the anger that you feel today. Would it be okay to follow that thread a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about how that anger arrives today when you see others being carefree and irresponsible, maybe, where does that live in your body?
I feel it in my stomach and in my heart, like both is activated. I can feel both areas.
Okay. And if you think about also with your mind's eye, like that little girl, right, that you used to be the one that was just so in love with life, and you think about this sensation in your body today. When was the first time she felt that, this little girl?
The anger in particular, like the
Yeah, maybe like the sensation, right, that's in your body that's
mm,
still alive today, most likely began with her.
mm, I just have one image that comes up, and it's again in school where I just look around, and you know, it was my first school day, and everyone had their parents standing behind them, and I didn't. And we needed to perform, we needed to do something, a first exercise or something. And I just looked right and left, and everyone could just go ahead and do the thing. And I just felt what I never felt before, like this. Yeah, I'm just feeling sad right now by this, that I'm alone.
Yeah. How old were you?
I was 6 when that happened.
Yeah, that sweet, sweet girl standing there.
Mm.
Yeah. I'd love to walk you through a little practice and exercise with her if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can be so hard in those moments. Can you still see her standing there alone?
Yeah.
So, as you picture her there's all the other parents, and she's alone looking around. Visualize yourself today, grown up you, walking over to her. And maybe you want to crouch down so you're at eye level with her. Or maybe you want to pick her up in your arms. Whatever she needs most. Just see yourself being there with her. And I'd love to invite you to tell her, say to her the words that she needed to hear, as if you are her parent, the one who was there with her that day, the one that she needed.
Just gentle words, like it's okay. It's okay. You can take your time. That's your first day. Everything is all right. Don't be scared. Just be there with her, that she's not feeling alone.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she needs to hear, I've got you. You're not alone. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Yeah.
she doing? Does she want to say anything back to you?
It's not that she's very easily taking this word. Right now, she's just sitting there and looking at the paper from the exercise.
What do you think she needs?
Right now, I just have her little arm, like touching her little arm, that she knows I'm there. And I'm getting angry right now, like with my surrounding.
What do you want to say about that anger? Or what does she want to say?
Because I feel like they wanted me to, as soon as I walked in there, as soon as the little one walked in, they wanted her to fail, because I was the only child with a single mother back in the time. And they really judged that. And it was a small conservative town. And I think I felt this pressure on my shoulders since day one, that I have to show them. And I feel they did wanted me to fail. I feel that energy right now.
I'm here with you.
And I feel that I was alone. Like this shame around me, the shame from the village people around me. Now I'm just feeling like I want to just stand behind her straight up, holding her shoulders, and look into the room of, there's nothing that I need to be ashamed of, nothing that this little girl has done.
Yeah, knowing what you know now, what are the words that you want to tell? You want to say into that room for her? Let that anger have a voice. What do they need to know?
That no matter what they think or believe, this is their limitation. That even though that my mother was a single mother, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that I'm less than. It doesn't mean that I have to or should prove myself double to be worth, like just because I am out of the box, and I am proud to be out of the box. And this little girl in front will leave this town, as soon as she can, to find her own way, a way bigger way than any of you will ever experience. I'm proud of her now, and I will be proud of her in the future.
Is there anything else you want them to know?
Then I am so proud to be different, and that I'm not fitting into their vision of how a person has to be. That I wish her a good life, but I'm glad that I just have a bigger vision and that I will protect this girl and make her feel worthy, regardless of what any of them think or do.
In my vision, my image, your little girl is looking up at you, like just staring at you, like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she feels now also safe enough to stand up as well. So I have her from behind.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that would feel correct for you to close out this image and this time with her?
I will leave with her out of this room. Yeah, I take her out of this moment.
What was one of your favorite things to do? Maybe it's even back to the pool where we started.
Yeah. Oh, I love to run in nature. I mean, really naked, barefoot into the woods. I would run. I would just play outside all the time. I would live in my little fantasy world. I love to play so much. I had so much fantasy. Yeah, outside was my favorite place to be.
Maybe you want to visualize taking her there,
Yeah.
running with her, whatever feels good. Just want to leave her somewhere where she's so happy and content.
Yeah.
And if it feels good, you can give her a kiss goodbye. Let her know that you're always there for her whenever she needs you.
Yeah.
Does she have anything she wants to say to you before we leave her?
She just smiles. She has a big smile.
Mm-hmm. So as she's there running in the forest, barefoot, just let that vision fade out and arrive back in your room. Just feel yourself here in this time and space.
Yeah.
And what feels different?
The tension is gone. I don't feel the tension in my heart anymore. And I feel like I can breathe.
I'd love to hear what connections you make between that experience and where you are today, right? In this place of not knowing who you are and finding your authenticity.
It feels like something wants to pull me back to that place of my true self, my wild side, my free spirit, my crazy little girl energy. And I really can feel that it wants to return to this. And it's almost like as all this years where I would have put on this cape, this mask, it's such a fogginess, like it really disconnected me to this. It really feels like that. And right now I'm in a space where I felt a strong stop, like I'm not continuing like this. It does not feel aligned to me anymore. And I want to take this cape off. And I'm still sitting here and I don't have the access yet to this free wild part of me, but I feel this no, and not anymore. I can't have this mask anymore. I can't.
Mm-hmm. Feels like it could be a powerful practice for you to, if you have a mask and a cape or something, right? A coat, even. Okay, so hold on. They're saying you might not want it to be one of your favorite coats that you use because they're saying to take it and burn it.
Wow.
Like ceremonially, right? Put on a mask and a cape. And then in ceremony, take them off and burn them and be done. Like you've said at least 3 times about taking off the cape just on this call and the mask. So it's time. Like you're in the portal of where you want it, so do it.
Mm-hmm. The word devotion comes through right now, like a real devotion to no more, like no more.
Yeah. Yeah, the way I love to say it is sacrificing what isn't working in devotion to where you're going, right? To the truth that's unfolding. And I use the word sacrifice because I feel like we do have to sacrifice, because if it was easy to put it down and to stop, you would have done it ages ago. But there's part of us, right, that thinks that we still need it, that we're clinging to a certain level of safety and security, that even though we just don't want it, we don't know how to not have it with us. And there's still some things attached to it sometimes that we still want, or we're not quite ready to give away all of it, right? So that's why this idea of sacrifice feels, for me, like it encompasses and it holds all of it. It's like, yeah, some of it you might still like, and it will be hard to leave it. Some of it is just conditioning and programming. But essentially, it has to burn so something new can happen.
Yeah.
Well, where would you like to take our call from here? How can I support you?
I think this is just already such a strong, clear message, really an invitation. So that feels already very potent. I'm just feeling in right now. If anything else comes up, just feels like that's the step I need to do in order for the next phase. It's just very clear to me.
Yeah, you're taking me back right to the image of you in the floaty in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be helpful to get really, really clear on what are the thoughts that go with the prison, right? They tend to be repeating on autopilot in the background. And we're so used to thinking them that we don't even realize that we're thinking them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're thinking them underneath the thing that we're aware of that we're thinking.
Yeah.
And to have a practice of really understanding what that program says, and then being able to bring your awareness to it and seeing when you are engaging in that program of shame that this little girl was exposed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that way you have something concrete that you can catch yourself and be like, oh, I'm thinking the thought. And then you bring the little girl in. I got you. It's okay. Right. And you might need to build that relationship with her where she needs you a few more times to go back into that classroom and let those people know that's not okay, and stand up for her and really engage with her so that she realizes that shame has nothing to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's other people's projections. And it feels like working in this space with her and like earning her trust.
Mm-hmm.
Because to her, parents didn't show up, but you get to show her a different reality where you're now her mother
Mm-hmm.
and you're always there, no matter what. And there's nothing that she could do or that has happened to her that could change how you love her.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And does this feel like an okay place to land today?
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.